Kojo Oppong Nkrumah one Ken Ofori-Atta enante ache. At a point, Ken Ofori-Atta promised Kojo Oppong Nkrumah say obey the deputy finance minister. That was the time na omo pese omo pamu eye kweku kwatin. I'm giving you the information. When they even came to the World Bank event, the deputy finance minister who was Kweku Kwatin, or the deputy too, he was not even added to the entourage that came to the World Bank event. It was Kojo Oppong Nkrumah who deputized Ken Ofori-Atta. I was in the meetings with them. I sat with them. Throughout all the meetings, I was there. So I know what I'm talking to you about. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah was promised deputy finance minister. And when a deputy finance minister never told her, young farmer, at a point, he quailed in. You saw, say, he wasn't speaking for the government. He was disappointed and deceived by Ken Ofori-Atta. Say he was going to be the deputy finance minister. Do you know that Kojo Oppong Nkrumah used to run a small bank? The banking closure, and Kojo Oppong Nkrumah was part of the idea. Even that bank that he used to run as a savings and loans, that bank defaulted. No more their banker. Now, this is what happened. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah learned very well from Ken Ofori-Atta. And what he learned was that when you want to commit a crime, do not allow opposing views. In politics, when you want to commit a crime, when you want to use words to deceive the masses, never allow opposing views. It is also Ken Ofori-Atta's style of leadership. It's like an autocratic kind of leadership whereby he controls the narrative. It was a Kojo Oppong Nkrumah started GoldBod in Semino. He has never engaged any opposing views. He has never sat on any panel to share opinions and ideas on the allegations that he created. Also, Nyebi, it is the Ken Ofori-Atta strategy. Iti obeka sansem to hona obey press conference no enu dwane eno kohwe pono. What he does is or the atroni betum from him. Then he stays back. Now friends say ombra na ombe answer questions, detailed questions or say I have my facts. So what he does is say or the atronical system no we dwane. Now obia beka wasem wi no akofa nkrata bia betena say wo journalists medin can send no questions no. So he picks his platforms he wants to speak on. It Obi, I want us to speak on my press conference. I know people are asking questions. These are the Q&As. This is what I want us to talk about. Inti Kojo Oppong Nkrumah or set on one questions. No, I bet answer. Inti from the day he did that press conference, our Ghanaians were saying, say the person who alleged, proven, nobody saw him on news file. When the person who is in charge of GoldBod, Sami Jemfi Betena Kunjum say, "Wo bra na insem na obeka no, bechechire na minchechire no Kojo Oppong Nkrumah never came." But interestingly, and the Kojo Oppong Nkrumah is all over the place and granting interviews, and he is the lone ranger. He is the only person sitting on TV and putting together his own document, asking his own questions and setting his questions and answering them. That is how diabolic. So Kojo Oppong Nkrumah really learned from Ken Ofori-Atta. Into whose study, when Ken Ofori-Atta was the finance minister, he never sat on any platform with anybody with opposing views except Onunkwa. So when he goes to City, it is just him. When he goes to Joy, it is just him. And that is the blueprint Kojo Oppong Nkrumah is adapting. And it's a very diabolic, dangerous kind of politics. Because what it happens, and they say, Sani Panibe to me abeto atro atu nipa biso. Wabe guni peli bi mieni mase. Na wakche no ho. Yaka so me yin one wa omma. Say ufri wape no aba no asabe twa atro. And that is the consistency we have now seen in Kojo Oppong Nkrumah's kind of politics. For some time now, what he does is okan troto obiso. Now akotete nipa no eba se ombra me ya no a ose omma. Nipa no kwa na onwa picking the radio station and TV stations. Now wasabe change narrative no. Inti Ken Ofori-Atta, that is how Ken Ofori-Atta was able to go through the mill without us being able to stop him. Because at this point, who is opposing his views? Nobody. Who is telling him you are lying? Nobody. Majority of the people he's sitting in front as journalists talking to them, no, they have limited time to scrutinize him. When Kojo Oppong Nkrumah ever Peace FM, UTV, most of the people sitting there, no, they are like you and myself. They don't have in-depth knowledge about what he has brought. It is the people who are in charge of the day-to-day running of Bank of Ghana and GoldBod who are the ones who are supposed to give us the in-depth analysis and knowledge and answers to what he alleged. But Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, instead of him to do that, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah says, no, I am not going to meet the person who is Sami Gyamfi for Sami Gyamfi to also question me. So I will sit back. After Sami Gyamfi goes, I'll come and lie. And that is what Kojo Oppong Nkrumah did the whole day. But Nyame on Pebone, on say, a liar is always a liar. And a liar who has a big head is like a lion. And you see, and the Oya Debi, and I didn't know you could see point, I've Ghana for sure and almost three. Today, he admitted, say, you know something? Our press conference, they never stated anywhere, say, GoldBod, Aboka 214. What he is doing now is that he is trying to stay between two institutions. Intimikai and the Omofre, the Greek minister. And our Greek minister Busan emphatically say, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, you did a press conference. Who can a press conference say GoldBod and Aboka $214 million? Do you still stand by it? The Greek minister Busan Kojo Oppong Nkrumah on TV can say on it, he did not say that, but he is now saying there is a connivance between Bank of Ghana and GoldBod. The reason why Sami Gyamfi popped up on TV to defend and make it clear, say, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah say, oh, and that there, and yet GoldBod neboka. Now there is a collaboration between GoldBod and Bank of Ghana. It's in the press conference or and the only alternative so can say GoldBod mboka 214 million. Let's listen to Kojo Oppong Nkrumah and the press conference now have here.
Ya boka $214 million. Ewo gold enyuma kuwa hodo Bank of Ghana ni GoldBod. Wamo eto edibia boa ye reserves ana omo to aton. Na gold ye to boka. Ya boka $214 million. Ye cry hodo mkuma mu de. Samu be kaya brom di GoldBod emra no ba March. Any start ball kokose nhihye no ma hihye no. Ifitiase na GoldBod ye limited liability company. Some they are called a corporation and for so your money so. Enti a carbon de send no mashi shop near mano. Ye baby a baby can match. Say fire some pankodo. As at September, Maboka 214 million. Ye cost yes the same mini no bejina. Yes, the a feeling corner we near Boka $300 million. Sa $300 million. No minion no teacher for a more school a mutifia near see a bema automatic posting I am by no. Sa musikano. Ebi ena ene yede abosa aka na wo say yehwe taxpayer sika de kokotua nurse fo a mowi a muhia adwuma ye ma mo financial clearance sa sika ne nkede be ma mo financial clearance na eno ne yede aboka $214 million na eko $300 million contractor fo a ye ntuo omoka ukurom kwan aka ye nwie ye no sika nke betumi de aye ho adwuma no eno na nhihye bone aban we say wa be ye nti no ya boka be $300 million. Now she said, "Bonnie no my and been say first no abra MPP yede gold for reserves program buy na Bank of Ghana Tony Gold no the aboye reserves na ye moka and then aban ne buy no wo ye adwuma kuo ba ko pe e friend block no di ni na ahye ne nsa so no no ntom fa ma GoldBod na GoldBod so man beton ma Ghana na mfimfin no nkofo odidi e na Ghana ye den ye boka $214 million e ko $300 million and until dom kuma na ye parliament no say na yes here. Yeah,
so from one explanation at a press conference, GoldBod and Ajisikano and Yaboka. Bank of Ghana disikana ma GoldBod and a GoldBod na also to gold na GoldBod na Aboka from your own press conference. And this is a gentleman. First, I know T radios, Nanko Fobuni pa. First, na man for say, where dear Unimnansa, where dear Odino Cre. You see, or making statements when you know, he forgot himself, say, what can emphatically want the press conference, he say, GoldBod, no, from September, ABC and the GoldBod aboka $300 million. That was his own statement. Or see, from September, I copy the end of the year, no, now GoldBod aboka $300 million. So far, aboka $140 million. I can do point we can say, Bank of Ghana, and a time, Sika, Edema GoldBod, Now, when they did Sikano to gold, no, and a GoldBod. So technically, all his statement was based on GoldBod at their inception. He started by saying it was a limited whatever and became a corporation, and that GoldBod is not in for profit. So all his press conference was based on GoldBod taking money from Bank of Ghana and making losses. As simple as that. And the Okotina UTV in the Kojo Oppong Nkrumah. Now the CEO of GoldBod about today, he has come out, he has spoken to the facts, he has brought his evidence. Do you still stick to that statement to say, Sami Jemfini GoldBod aboka ewo Ghana $214 million? This is Kojo Oppong Nkrumah.
Costs. Abba. Na anyone the any day, na greater public good.
Honorable. The same argument here, but Kojo can't say many aje. What can say many aje? What say? Momo press conference, no?
Yeah.
One kind of baby affair. Sami Jemfini GoldBod na aboka.
In fact, if I out to me share video ni na, me na me address a press conference.
But just what say one can say me boy.
Issues 4 ni raise here, my list issues ni na.
No, me just say, but my say, one kind of baby affair. GoldBod and aboka.
Me say the press issue dia say ya boka 214 million to 300 million based on the interaction between Bank of Ghana and the GoldBod. And I cry the company and no be anti ni dida. I friend Bar Rock ebe kan. Asemo e kan. It is a one kasa set to am question normally na mu. E you somebody no clear there.
Conference no. GoldBod aboka. Amount for na kan keke. I agree with you. Any mini problem
now. Yeah, can press conference. No, my sense is studio. I said you.
If I don't know, the same argument here, but Kojo can't say many aje. What can say many aje? What say? Momo press conference, no?
Yeah.
One kind of baby affair. Sami Jemfini GoldBod na aboka.
In fact, if I out to me share video ni na, me na me address a press conference.
But just what say one can say me boy.
Issues 4 ni raise here. My list issues ni na.
No, me just say, but my say, one kind of baby affair. GoldBod and aboka.
Me say the press issue dia say ya boka 214 million to 300 million based on the interaction between Bank of Ghana and the GoldBod. And I cry the company and no be anti ni dida. I friend Bar Rock ebe kan. Asemo e kan. It is a one kasa set to am question normally na mu. E you somebody no clear there.
Conference no. GoldBod aboka. Amount for na kan keke. I agree with you. Any mini problem
here. Yeah, can press conference. No, my sense is studio. I said you.
If I don't know, my
I say, you better be na. Baba, where the meaning say
overseas. And this one is a totally different program.
Oh, say, you see the kind of people they are. I say, you didn't mention that TV show. And say, Eric Oppong say, I sent a kind of press conference. No, who did not see GoldBod aboka? Who did not say ASEM no? Or see. Yeah, press conference. No catch the PZ for. Or say the interaction between Bank of Ghana and GoldBod was no. Now, why is this? When you came out to speak on the matter, you did not actually dwell on Bank of Ghana because, if anything, Bank of Ghana gave the money to GoldBod. But you started talking about the inception of GoldBod being converted from a limited to a corporation and also an aggregator, which does not, at the end of the day, fall in any of the conversation. But also right now, he wants to stand between Bank of Ghana and GoldBod and trying to say, oh, me demensato mumienu kum into the Namekano, na yo mumienu. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah is a liar. And so on say communicators no any bawo mianko for no the attack was on Sami Jemfi abo yakase GoldBod abo yakase and so etikasi anga se betena ase no bosompra ebetena ase no or CO he was talking about the interaction between okwasi ampenya wote swami awudi matem. Do you understand that language he used? The interactions between GoldBod and Bank of Ghana. When somebody says the interaction, is interaction illegal? Interaction can mean anything. It could be meetings. It could be agreements. It could be exchange of ideas. Interaction could mean anything. So you cannot base of interaction between Bank of Ghana and GoldBod and make a conclusion that Sami Jemfi and the GoldBod aboka $240 million. Where Jimmy? Where did you learn your English and your grammar? Interaction could mean anything. It could be exchange of money. It could be exchange of ideas. It could be exchange of policies. It could be exchange of anything. When people interact, it does not automatically become illegal. It won't mean because based on the interaction between GoldBod and Bank of Ghana, there is a loss. No. But in your own presser, you dwelled more on GoldBod taking money from Bank of Ghana or Bank of Ghana giving money to GoldBod and GoldBod misusing the money. You were supposed to be specific. You want to open a probe. You are opening a probe into Bank of Ghana or you are opening a probe into GoldBod. You are confused as shit. And these are the people, we are calling them honorables. These are ignorant people. They ride on Jandam. Me catch them. The young people know, Ome diya boniache. Na meka Ibrahim Mahama. Time na NDC wapa, mokai, murefi. Mamenchira wadye. Time Ibrahim Mahama, everything. All the works on the ground. Spent money to dig a bauxite in Ghana as an indigenous Ghanaian company. MPP for when it started Jandam, they put a narrative on it. This is the time ana end this war power. Ana Ibrahim Mahama, the engineers and planners wanted to mine bauxite in Ghana.
BSFM 104.3. Good to meet you. Yabaye. Senka your bauxite industry. Senka enya mama nini senka omo kofa. Alawa. Edemano virtually the company ne edemano. But ye to me jina enoso. Akope $2 billion. Ediaba through Sino-Hydro project. I know ye de be ya kwan. Nkanipa ba akoni na ebusi omo kofa di free o. Get free, ya dia Ghana for ebenya unfaso bia. Omo unfaso enombenya. But because of Anuntino, ye benya interchange watermale for the first time in our history. Ye benya interchange takrade for the first time in our history. A lot of bridges ye beye. Nka nipa ba ko kofa sa de yo. Nipa ba ko enye new patriotic party na ba ya. Ya ko feather. Yati an authority. Ebeshe bauxite so. Na Ghana for nyina yenya wonfaso. Na ngoye nipa ba akope. Enfaso. Na nka ono de atojet verse mienu miensa na da ne ho edodo no kakra no wakọ tra Dubai akọjinani. Ni Dubai na okono eno na yede be ye akwan yede aye bridges yede aye interchanges na menewo ye ho atoye. Eno ho faso ena ye nyina no ye nya no.
These are the kind of people we were dealing with. Mumuzam say interchanges no way, $2 billion no interchanges no way. Akwan no way. Bridges no way. Omo di atro 82 billion nyina. Ko we send way kotina PSFM after ye di to me ma omo. Kwasi ampen we sa person general secretary o. A petition we an ho kankan we. Kromfo jimi we. Ne ho fin wanoma petition to me that say jimi we. And these fools, and this is what they do, this is what they are good at. Where in your expertise? Mumuza Jimmy way say, acquire no way, interchanges in a way, takradi interchanges in a way, bridges in a way. Where is the $2 billion in Kwasiafuasifo? And we sat and watched these fools who have been incorporated into a political party exhibiting the highest form of nincompoism and monkeyism. And we still sit here and we are allowing them to create the narrative again. This is NPP narrative 101. And then Kojo Oppong Nkrumah starting. He's a liar. The money has jumped from 240 million. Now he's saying 300 million. These are people we cannot allow close to power again. They are disease of human beings. These are crazy people. These are people we cannot trust. And we need to understand. Say a man go forward too much chance. These munafikis, these political bandits, these political jogbusters, this mockery of monkeyism attitude, characteristics of animal kingdom 4-way, to me, they are just going to mess us up. I'm brought forward.